Yep. The year is 2019 and Disney owns nearly everything and wants to remake it for their streaming service. The one thing they don't own is Spider-Man.
Whoa, what the heck? I thought Disney did own Spider-Man. He was in the highest grossing film of all time.
Adjusted for inflation.
That was produced by Disney.
Well, that's where you are wrong. Spider-Man was a child whose parents, Sony and Disney, had joint custody. However, one parent wanted more money from the other, even though they were the rich parent. April parent number 2 swooped in and took the child and was like, I'm getting total custody now. There's a lot more to it, but there's just so much to talk about that I'm really not gonna delve into it today. What I'm really here to talk about is that this is okay. It's totally fine. You guys just don't understand that even though Sony won't let Disney use their precious child, that everything's gonna be fine. Just because Sony fully owns Spider-Man now doesn't mean the MCU can't carry on. Because you know who Sony doesn't own? Night Monkey. Okay, let me pitch this to you. The movie starts just a few months after Far From Home, and everyone knows that he just goes by Peter because Peter Parker is associated with Spider-Man, whom is not owned by Disney nor Marvel Studios, so they cannot use Peter Parker. So he would just be called Peter. Spider-Man. We can't call him Spider-Man, even though he's not going by Spider-Man anymore. He has to be called something different, like the Human Spider, because it's a fun job at Sony. Because why not? So Peter's entering his junior year of high school, and everyone knows about what went down with Mysterio. I'm not sure about what the MCU can and cannot use, like with names. Like, can they use Mysterio? Can they not use Mysterio? If we can't call him Mysterio, we're just gonna name him the bad guy who had a grudge with Tony Stark, number 372. So everyone thinks Peter is the Human Spider. So in order to fix this conundrum, they need to kill Spider-Man. I mean the Human Spider. Gotta get used to that. We don't know how he's gonna die because that's obviously up to how the Marvel writers do it, because I'm obviously not a Marvel writer yet. But like they'll just, say it on a news report like the Human Spider's death, or maybe they won't even call him the Human Spider. They'll just say something like the former Avenger / YouTube star, something along the lines of that. I don't know. I don't care. Again, I'm not a writer yet. So Peter thinks he's home free and like done with crime fighting, but Aunt May, if we can't call her Aunt May, then we're just gonna call her like Aunt. Like everyone be like, oh, Peter, how's your aunt? And he'll just refer to her as like, oh, my aunt, and oh, hi, aunt. And in the credits, it'll be like, oh, Marissa Tomei played the role of Aunt. It's totally normal. So Aunt is like, I'm so glad you're not crime fighting because it's so dangerous out there, but I did think you were doing a good thing. And Peter is like, yeah, I know, but there's always the Avengers. So the next couple scenes are like at school, in the high school, where they're just like, oh my gosh, we're so sorry that we thought you were the Human Spider. Like, whoa, that's crazy, you're not the Spider guy. But we're sorry we doubted you. Then, of course, they had a little interaction with Peter and Flash, where Flash makes fun of him for whatever reason. But we can't call him Penis Parker anymore, because this Peter in Night Monkey doesn't have a last name. So we have to give him a different nickname. So Flash will now call him Peter Penis. Wait, do you think the MCU can still say Flash? We'll just go with yes. We also probably have to change MJ's name. Even though they really hyped up that Michelle was going to be MJ, she's got to go back to Michelle. It's just what has to happen now, guys. So back to the story. Peter is like trying to live his daily life, but he's like yearning for something. He needs to go back to crime fighting. It's what he was born to do. But he can't go back to being Spider-Man, the Human Spider, because he's dead now. Therefore, he's got to go under a new alias, Night Monkey. So the new suit is the stealth suit from Far From Home, and it's really cute. It helps him, at night. It's cute. He can blend in. No one's really seen it before, aside from Europe and the kids at school. But you know what? Peter lives his Hannah Montana double life. He's going to call up a Skrull and say, listen, I'm about to go do some Night Monkey stuff. While I'm Night Monkeying, you're going to be Peter. Peter with no last name, that is. And you're going to watch it with my friends while I am trying to save the day as Night Monkey to decrease suspicion. He's got a scroll on speed dial is basically what I'm trying to say. But yeah, the rest of the movie is just silly Night Monkey / Peter with no last name antics. And he's just, a fun romp like the other two. Except it's not Spider-Man. It's Night Monkey. But yeah, it's just the regular fun with Ned, Michelle, and Ant. With Peter with no last name. At the end of the movie with the generic superhero boss battle, it's going to be with some random villain that no one cares about or will ultimately remember by the end of all these movies, because as you do. Post-credit scene will be like a little sneak peek of the next big bad for the MCU, which will be Doctor Doom. Why? Because I want it. So you're probably wondering now what's Sony going to do with their Spider-Man movie. And the answer is that they're going to have a Spider-Man movie. They're going to have Peter with the last name Parker be in it, MJ, maybe even Gwen Stacy, maybe, hopefully, Harry Osborn, Aunt May, and then Venom's gonna be the villain. So yeah, go see Marvel's Night Monkey, Not Allowed at Home, and Sony's Spider-Man Back at Home, coming to theaters near you. Thank you. I know there were like these fake things going around, like around Comic-Con time, but the conspiracy is that they're real.